Hello everyone, this is Mix K. Welcome to AP Chemistry. So in this video, I'm just going to go over some things you need to know about the summer work. Hopefully this will cover any common questions that you guys might have. And then if you still have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out. So the first thing I'm going to actually go over is materials for the school year next year. So for my class, you need a couple things. You're going to need one really big binder, like couple inches thick binder, because we're going to keep all of our notes in those binders in the classroom. You're going to need a small binder to keep the current notes. So the stuff we're working on during class, you can keep in this small binder, take to and from, but then if the large binder will stay in the classroom so that you don't need to worry about lugging everything around. The other thing you're going to need for my class is a TI-84 graphing calculator. So for a lot of you, you're going to need one of these for your math class anyway. But for this graphing calculator, I will have a few extras that you can borrow during class time. The thing is, I'm not allowed to distribute these for the exam. So if you do not have a graphing calculator, you're going to need to find someone to borrow it from for the exam. So if you're planning to do math and science for a while, you're going to want to pick one of these up anyway. But otherwise, make sure that you have one available to you for the exam. Some optional things that might help you: red pens for corrections, sticky notes, colored pens, highlighters. These are all optional, but they are going to help you stay organized and help you take good notes. So that's stuff you need for the very first day of the year. Now, for this summer work, the summer work is split into 4 parts. Now, if you open up this first tab here, summer work packet and instructions, I have the PDF of the summer work. So if for some reason you need to print out a copy of this, this is what you want to print out. Okay. So if you lost your packet or you weren't able to go to AP Day for some reason, you can print out this copy of the packet right here. I also have the Google Slides available for you to look at and follow along with if you want to. For this Google Slides, it's just a copy of what you have for the packet. It's just there in case you're having a hard time reading some of the slides because they're a little bit small. Now, there are 4 parts to this assignment. Okay, I'm going to go over each of those parts. Now, for those 4 parts, there is 4 assignments in the summer work section. For the first part, you have a set of videos you're going to watch. For each video, you're going to take some notes in your packet and answer a couple check-in questions at the end of each video. Now, for the notes, you're going to be following along with these videos while you take the notes. Do not watch the video and then take the notes. Take those notes while you're watching the video. At the end of the video, you'll have a slide or two of check-in questions where I just want to see what you learned. Don't stress too much. We will go over this stuff in class, but do try your best with it. You get credit for trying your best. Now, thank you, Miss Richmond, the previous AP Chem teacher, for sharing these videos with us. So you'll be hearing Miss Richmond's voice and explanations throughout these videos, but in the future, you'll get more stuff from me. The next section is videos and notes on the periodic table. There are no check-in questions for these, but you do need to make sure you're taking notes as you watch. Part 3 is a little bit of practice and notes for the element quizzes. So at the beginning of the year, we're going to be taking quizzes where we're going to look at the names and the symbols of the elements. Now, throughout the year, we're going to be looking at these elements so often, it's good for us to memorize some of them at the beginning of the year because it's going to make things quicker later on. Eventually, you're just going to know most of these elements from using them so often. But to get the ball rolling, we're going to take a couple quizzes, do a little practice. So in your packet, you have 5 lists of elements to fill out. Okay, each of the elements has a number. So when you look at the periodic table, there'll be a little box. In that box, there is a whole number, and that whole number will tell you which element you need to look up. I filled in the first 2 for you in the packet so you know what you're looking for. Once you have all those elements filled in, there's a little bit of practice right after that in your packet. And then if you want a little extra practice to review before the quiz, I do have a set of Quizlets here that you can use to help yourself get prepared in the fall. The last part of this summer work is the lab safety quiz and contract. So in chemistry, no matter what chemistry class you're in across the district, you need to watch this safety video and pass a safety quiz to be allowed in the lab. In our class, this is extra important because we are going to be doing a lot of labs, and a lot of these labs are college level labs. So we want to make sure that we are being safe and we know those rules. So you're going to watch this video and you're going to take the quiz. You need a 28 out of 35 or higher on the quiz to count as a passing grade. If you don't get a 28 out of 35, take it again. Take it until you get a 28 out of 35 or higher. Once you have that filled out, you have a contract that you need to sign with your parent or guardian. So when you go to look through that contract, there'll be a little bit of like classroom conduct stuff in there, but mostly it's about the lab safety. And you're going to fill that out and sign it, quote unquote, sign it on the Google form with your parent and guardian so that they say you are allowed to be in the lab, okay, and that you will follow those rules. So when you go through to do this, the notes are very important. We're going to be jumping right in, so make sure that you're watching those videos, you're taking those notes. Get ready for those element quizzes because we're going to start with one that very first week. And make sure you're doing the lab safety quiz and contract so that we can get started on labs very, very quickly at the start of the year. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the work for the summer. If you do, feel free to reach out. I have my email listed in this little summary section right here. Okay. And if you need a quick idea of what's going on, take a look at this little summary part. Summer work is due Friday, September 9th. Materials need to be in first day of school. Okay. So welcome to AP Chem. So excited to see you guys all next year. Get started on that summer work and have a wonderful, wonderful summer.